Hello, my name is AP Engstrom, and I am the owner of Kingdom of Artania, a survival spigot server, which is based off of the Bucket mainstream. And today I'm showing off the basics on the server because we don't really have any other videos up here. I've asked our members to submit some videos to me, and no one has sent me anything yet. So I'm just going to give a quick show of the server to explain how our server works and what we have to offer. Kingdom of Artania is basically a survival Minecraft server. So everything here is survival based. We have multiple different worlds to choose from, and I'm going to explain what they are right here. So far we have Artania, which is the main spawn, that's where I'm at. The marketplace, where we buy and sell goods. Cinneidhean, which is a survival world that anyone can join as soon as they apply for membership and get accepted. Applying for membership is free, and all you have to do is go to our website, www.kingdomofartania.com, and register on the website. Farrar'Und is the member creative, and that's for Knight rank and higher. The Wilderness, anyone can play in. The Wilderness has a Nether and an End world, and all the Wilderness worlds regenerate monthly, approximately. You don't have to register on our website in order to play in the Wilderness. And we also have Eros, which is our new member survival worlds that I'm currently working on. On our server, we've integrated with MCTowns and Essentials and Essentials Economy, as well as World Guard and World Edit. And I'll show you a couple of other plugins we have shortly, but basically what our main goal is to set up towns that have protection and some different World Guard flags to deny spawning for certain mobs and deny Ender Pearl usage and various other stuff. Basically, we want to be able to focus on building large towns and large builds, and instead of spreading out, boxes of, crappy houses all over across the landscape. Cinneidhean right now is currently the only free build survival where you can go around and build whatever you want. There are towns there. Eros is going to be the first member world that has towns only. So our server obviously has multiple worlds. So we run off Multiverse. We use Multiverse Adventures for when we want to play adventure maps. Multiverse Inventories manages everything. Survival worlds share the same inventory. Multiverse portals and Nether portals, so I can create custom portals, and so each individual custom world can have a Nether as well as End world. Essentials, Votifier, World Edit, World Guard, Prism, World Border, Locket, Banhammer, all this good stuff. So Prism is our block logging plugin. It's much more efficient than LogBlock. It runs extremely fast, and it helps us roll back griefing damage. That being said, aside from the Wilderness worlds, it requires a user to sign up and actually go through an approval process in order to even access Cinneidhean. And even if they do, they won't be able to do anything in towns unless they buy a plot. So we're pretty well protected. So here are the ranks. Everywhere from slave all the way up to emperor, which of course that's me, and there's only one. These are all our free ranks right here: slave, bondsman, peasant, squire, all the way up to, I think, count. And then we have some donator ranks and moderator ranks. The rules are pretty simple. Don't be an asshole. No griefing, no harassing. Don't trespass. Don't break people's property just to get inside their house. If you're found, you'll be banned immediately. We don't currently have an anti-X-ray plugin, but we actively watch users for X-raying, and we track you down, and we kill you, and we remove you from the server. So this is the spawn. You're instructed using the signs to exit out of the main spawn tower into what seems to be a large castle. And I'm going to go ahead and fly so I can show you guys what you're dealing with. Kingdom of Artania has a major spawn world. And I've been building this for months, and it's only about 5% done. There's a long way to go. And it centers around a giant forest biome, in which the center of that is this castle. So a lot of these buildings you can walk around and explore. The nether brick path leads you to all the different portals. Here you can see the portal for the wilderness. And the other 4 portals, well, 3 portals here, are in each corner of this center area here. And they're defined by the beacons. Obviously this is still under construction. There's a lot to explore here. There's all finished walls for this castle. They're completely explorable. We even have working redstone gates, which I'm not going to open it now because I don't want to break into where the button is. So in Kingdom of Artania, after you exit the spawn, say if we're going to go to the wilderness, we'll walk into the portal. And we'll spawn into this this cool little portal thingy we built. Each portal has one of these, and it transports you to the worlds that you're going to. So here's the wilderness. As you can see, we have the survival inventory, and you can run around, kill stuff, and harvest materials. Here you don't have to worry about damaging any of the landscape because honestly this map resets monthly. So as you can tell, we receive economy money for killing mobs. Spawners are nerfed. You can only kill 5 of the same mob type before you start or stop getting money, and you'll have to either wait 60 seconds or kill another mob type in order to reset that. And with each consecutive kill of the same mob, the amount of money you get decreases. You can see we used to get $7 for killing a spider, and now we get only $3.50. So this, coupled with Essentials Economy, allows us to buy and sell items to different users. The incorporation with MCTowns allows us to sell plots to people. Let's go take a look at one of the prominent towns in the Cinneidhean world. This is Farrar'Und. This is the spawn world for... oh, hello there. The spawn world for Cinneidhean. Each town has a board that's usually at the warp location that gives you some description of the town. Every town has a nether portal. Nether portals are actually disabled in our survival worlds so that people don't randomly build them everywhere and get into people's, destroy people's stuff when they warp back. Say if there's a portal location that is unstable in the nether, it will automatically place that the other portal in a different location than where it should be. So our nethers are 1 to 8 scale with the real world. So I set 1 up per town. This is pretty much our starter town, and you can buy plots here. Let's see if we can find someone's place. Here's a shop that was created by one of our users. They bought the plot, so they actually own this property. Stillwater Traders. And these are examples of trade signs by Essentials Economy. In order to create a town on our server, you have to have more than 3 players in order to buy a territory. And then in order to buy the territory, it costs $15 e-commerce money for every XY block, which is a block from bedrock to the sky. And this guy up here is one of our friendly moderators, Mr. August of Chaos. And he's probably going to see this video in a little bit and be like, oh, now I know what he was doing. So let's go take a quick tour of some of the towns. If I don't make a typo. Kal'Dharok is the city of legend. It's built by me. I've integrated MCTowns with this already, so all these buildings over here are all set up with plots, and the users have bought them. As you can see, some of the building styles here are a little intricate. We try to make, you know, pretty neat stuff. Kal'Dharok is a town made out of obsidian, and it has a building theme, so it's pretty much stone, obsidian, and that kind of stuff. This town has a vault, which we store all these cool gold items and gold blocks. Obviously, this is protected, so no one can just come in here and break stuff. So that's basically Kal'Dharok, and I'm gonna, because the map is loading pretty slowly, I'm gonna go visit the next world. The next town, I should say. One of our first towns that was built is called Montoray. It's actually owned by our mod, August of Chaos. Little dragon egg in there. Fix my render distance a little bit so that we can see it better. This town is a little bit more spread out. Doesn't really have a common building style. There's Boner Tower, codenamed Boner Tower by the owner, T-Bone. Aptly named, that's for sure. And this town's pretty widespread, so there's a lot going on here. Summerdale is one of our largest towns in landmass. And that's just because before we turned it into an MC town, the owner and the inhabitants kind of built all over the place. So we got stuff everywhere. And one of our really nicely built towns called Vinland is here just for show. As you can see, the town walls are made out of ice and stone and wood. We got a little arena here. This guy basically built all this in survival just for looks. This town actually doesn't really serve any purpose other than being pretty badass. I love this guy's building style. He's one of our better builders. So on Kingdom of Artania, we have this rule. One of our last rules is don't build crappy. So if we come and we find that someone builds just a random square box in the middle of the wilderness, we have the right, reserve the right to remove it. So you'll find a lot of respect for people's builds here. There's a lot of anti-griefing stuff that we implement in order to prevent, you know, people from losing stuff that they build. So this server's been around for over 2 years now. In terms of inhabitants, it's actually very small. We only have an average of, you know, 5 to 15 people on at one time. But we're a pretty close-knit community, and as you can see, we have not suffered one bit from that. This guy's built a pretty unique dock over here. Not bad at all. So the marketplace, which has a portal and spawn, is actually not done yet. This is just a giant square piece of land with a big building in the center, which functions as a mall. The top is not finished yet, but I've created the at least the roof for the center. I'm going to go take a look at what it looks like inside. It's got 5 different levels, and this is where I create admin shops, where you can come buy and sell goods to stores that are not owned by individual players. For example, this store has some ores in it, where you can sell and buy different stuff. We've disabled certain things like buying diamond ore, so you know, to avoid people from using fortune pickaxes and earning too much money off it. We do a lot to prevent people from abusing the system. And eventually, which I'm in the process of doing now, we're going to be building a outer area here, which has a couple different small shops that sell unique goods, kind of like imports. As you can tell, we got some pretty unique ships here that I've built that are flying some different town flag colors. So let me bail out of here real quick, since I'm running short on time for this video, and show you what the website looks like, and give you some insight as to how all of that works. Let's see. I'm going to resize this. So this is the Kingdom of Artania website. It's got all sorts of information on the server here. It's got some social integration. You can register and take part in the different forums. As you can see, there's a bunch of threads over here. We have a whole bunch of latest screenshots people can upload, a player list and status of the server, and of course your account. One of the good parts about this website is that we have a world map, dime map displayed on here. So here you can see the actual spawn world right here. Eventually, we're going to cover this entire biome with a city. And on the menu on the right, we can view Cinneidhean, which has a lot of space. I think this world is 7,500 blocks radius, and all these red Artania logos mark towns. So if we go zoom in on one of them, you can actually see the town region protection is outlined here. Here's Farrar'Und right here. Britannica. So aside from that, you can see ranks, information on our staff, rules, banned users lists. There's a member section, a gallery, obviously a donate and votes, and a contact link. The votes link brings you to a voting page where we have a monthly voting contest. There's a little application I built in PHP to run off the server, and the website database. We have a bunch of different places you can vote for our server, and every time you vote you get $25 in-game, and it also counts towards your votes here. So when you vote, you put in your name and the website records it. Here you can see detailed stats of how many total votes people have done. You can sort it by player, you can sort it by voting website, you can sort it by month and year, and at the end of every month, the first person who votes in a new month triggers a piece of code that gives prizes to everyone, the top 5 voters for that month. And there's a couple different random prizes you can win. Some of the prizes are rare things like sponges that you can't obtain in-game, bedrock, stuff like that, shrubs. And the donate page, which of course you all probably don't care to hear, but this is basically how our server has lasted for over 2 years. It's completely donator funded. People come on, they find, well, I really like this server, they want to contribute to it. So far we have obviously a negative balance right now because we just switched hosts and I had to pay for a whole year in advance. But as you can see, we've pretty much maintained expenses on the server without having to, put out crazy amounts of money. And that's basically it. That's pretty much Kingdom of Artania in a nutshell. I'll be putting up more videos shortly. I'll probably put up some play videos if I can find a way to get my MacBook to stop lagging like crazy. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon.